Hello, Chicago. Welcome into the Chicago Sports Podcast. Michael, Tracks, and Unkle Cliff coming to you here with a video on the Chicago Bulls, previewing a little bit of their play in, a little bit of the news heading into it as they take on the Miami Heat Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. The doubleheader of the playing games for the Mavs take on the Kings later on. But we care about the Bulls. We don't care about the Mavs and the Kings here on the Chicago Sports Podcast. We're all about Chicago here. Got Trax and Cliff here to kind of preview this game as the Bulls will play the Heat for the third time in 3 years in the play-in. Them and the Hawks just seems like they're always in this play-in tournament, vying for these 7 and 8 seeds. That's exactly what's happened again this year. Got to get past the Heat first. It's a team they've beaten 3 times already, Trax, but a little bit of injury concern with Josh Giddey heading into this one. Overall, what are your thoughts heading into tomorrow's play-in game? I guess we're recording this on Tuesday. If you're seeing this Wednesday, tonight's play-in game against the Heat.
So basically, I think this is not like the team of yesteryear with Wade, and all of that. I think we will. There was a game, what was it, last week or the week before, where we handled them really nicely. I don't think we can sleep on them. They got some big bodies and whatnot, but I think we could hustle it out. I'm just worried about, you go play Cleveland. That's right, folks. I just said Cleveland. Cleveland is the number one seed. That's crazy, Michael. That's crazy,
Yeah.
Cliff. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, definitely one of the unexpected storylines heading into the year was Cleveland getting the number one seed. I mean, they started off, I can't remember off the top of my head how many games they won to start the year, but I thought it was like 12 or 13 they rattled off to begin the year, 12, 13 and 0. And really they kept the gas going. I think a lot of people maybe thought it was a little bit of a fluke win streak, come back down to earth later in the year, but they didn't. They've been full gas on the brakes with Jarrett Allen, Donovan Mitchell, few other guys leading the charge over there in Cleveland. But again, getting back to the Bulls here, Cliff, a little bit. What are your thoughts heading into this one?
Well, I mean, reading into the playing game with you injuries. Okay, Giddy is huge. I think, and granted, you were saying a little bit earlier when we were talking that he's now probable, which I don't think we beat the Heat without him. I think that's huge. Now the other injury is Alonzo Ball, which of course, why wouldn't it be? So I think the number one thing is if Giddy's playing. I agree with Trax is that yeah, definitely. I think the Bulls will be able to handle the Heat. No longer has Jimmy Buckets. He's no longer there. He's up in Golden State, so that was huge.
Yeah.
I think they've got a really good chance. But again, like Trax was saying, do you really want to face Cleveland in round one?
Yeah, I mean, sadly, the Bulls just don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. It's either you bow out now or you more than likely face your 4-0 fate against Cleveland in the first round. But Bulls, this is a team that they've beaten 3 times already, as I previously mentioned. The last time, it'll be a week from the exact date of the play-in Wednesday. They beat them Wednesday, April 9th in Chicago, 119-111. And it was Giddey. And Kobe White hit some shots late, but overall he was 0 for 5 from 3. But it was Giddey who stepped up, had his triple-double, 28, 16, and 11 leading the charge. Vooch had 20. Kevin Huerter, guy they acquired in the trade deadline from Sacramento, that's part of the Zach LaVine package. He had 22, 4-9 from 3, 9-16 from the field. He's been a really good piece that the Bulls have added a little bit more depth there, some shooting as well, that this Bulls team, it feels like they kind of remind me a little bit of a pro Alabama from this year where they are all gas on the offense, but maybe the defensive end isn't exactly as cool and as efficient, but damn, can this team put up points, Tracks.
Now, I'll tell you what, man, I'm glad I'm on the show with you because I've been murdering that guy's name forever. I've been calling him everything but Herder. I'm like Huber, Hoofer. I'm like struggling, and you nailed it, dude. We could tell that you are the collegiate guy in the building. So thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you, Tracks. Yeah, but Cliff, I mean, the offense for the Bulls is it's been one of the best in the NBA. I mean, it might lead people to wonder why they're 39-43. It's that defensive end, but they average 117.8 points per game. That's sixth in the entire NBA. It's a good free throw shooting team, about middle of the pack with 3-point overall field goal percentage. I mean, just got to keep that offensive up, and really the struggle with the Bulls and trying to win this game, it's going to come down to how do you stop the Heat. Mentioned not exactly a good defensive team,
Right.
but
Well,
you can't let Tyler Hero drop 30 on you again.
you
Like
outscore them. That's the only way they're going to do it is by outscoring them. You're right. They have a pathetic defense. However, it's been quite a few years since the Bulls actually had a high scoring team because they were in need of shooters for the past 4 or 5 years. We had nobody who could shoot from 3-point. I think what they put together here, I really like Josh Giddey. I do. I like his game. I really he brought some excitement back to the Bulls because the kid can play, and it's kind of nice to see a team that will shoot, and even if they're down, like what was that game that I saw a couple weeks back against LeBron and the Lakers when he fired off those shots, and it's like that's what they've been needing for years. I think if they can, if he's playing and he's on, I think they'll be scoring more points than the Heat. I do.
You know what's crazy about him and Kobe and all these other guys, Michael, is like Cliff was just saying, like Giddey. But here's the thing about Giddey. It's not just about shooting with that guy. He does it all. And there's several of these guys that are really, really, listen, I wouldn't even be surprised if they could play some hoy ball. I mean, like, really. Like, I think he was missing, like, back to what Cliff said, shooters. It's been a while since we've been missing shooters. But these guys are rebounding. These guys are stealing. They get the assists. I think up until a little bit ago, it's dropped a little bit. But there was, on one parlay app, I was winning some bets where you were getting an average with Giddey like 8 assists a game, dude. It's ridiculous. That guy's good, man. And there's a few of them like that, and they're young too. I think this is good. I think right now with the playoffs intact, it's a good time for us to explore and look at options as to who might be available in the offseason to make this team better, because I'm actually interested in making this team better for like the first time, Michael. I really did not give one flying, what. I mean, I was like checked out. I was mentally checked out, so I'm glad this is happening, man. And here's the question I have to ask you, Michael, because maybe this is like the old me, the old man coming out, but I was like, do we really want to win? Because I really want our coach fired, and I want the whole upper management like fired. But now I'm like finding a way, like I feel like I'm being pulled back in for some reason, and I'm like, this coach is all right. The upper management, let's give him another chance. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I can't sort my feelings out right now, Michael. Maybe you could help me out.
I mean, it almost feels like there's no choice but to hope they win now. I mean, I thought they butchered the deadline. I wanted Vooch gone. I wanted anyone that they were offering basically to be gone. I wanted them to tank, give themselves a best chance possible at Cooper Flag, even though, I mean, Utah, Washington, and Charlotte with less than 20 wins this year, they make it hard to out-tank that, but it's all lottery ball odds. I mean, right now they sit at 1% chance. I wanted them to get the best shot at that guy. Even
Michael, wasn't our odds for Rose like really low also?
It was 1%. Yes. It was basically the same.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Yeah. Basically the same as Wemby a couple of years ago. It was I think they were like 2 or 3% or something like that to win the lottery. So yeah, I mean, feels like the Bulls though, their whole franchises ran on lottery luck. Or even just luck in the draft in general with Jordan falling to third. And you get 1% with Derrick Rose. I mean, those are your two Bulls eras that people think of. I mean, obviously mainly Jordan with 6 championships, but even the Rose era was pretty notable despite not really winning much, and both came off lottery. It wasn't so much off, good roster construction and good free agent signings. It was a lot of lottery luck. So who knows? Maybe the Bulls' third time they can complete the hat trick of lottery luck, land Cooper Flag, because he'd slot in perfectly with what this team needs. They need a facilitating forward. I think they have the guards. Forward group needs a little bit of work, and he'd fit right in, but I don't know if it's worth talking about something that has a 1% chance of happening as it stands right now.
Yeah. Well,
Michael, did you see yesterday the WNBA? Like, I was chopping it up and editing, and my phone was going off like crazy. I felt like I was at the casino or something. And I went and I looked. I went and I looked, and it was like people from everywhere were going crazy about the draft, and they were actually excited about who the Sky got, and they're wondering, because of who we picked up in the draft, if we could potentially like go the distance. I'm like, really?
Honestly, I haven't looked too far into what they did. I mean, I saw the names.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with one of them, like who they are, but outside of that, I don't know too much about the two.
Well, the one played with Angel Reese.
Yeah, reunited back from LSU.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to brush up on this a little bit if we decide to do a Sky show, because honestly, there's a couple Facebook groups that are like super duper huge, man. They're like a huge following of the Sky. It's bananas, man. And the thing of it is, the Bulls were actually chiming in heavily. I don't know if you guys saw this. A lot of Bulls chat, a lot of Bulls action. We're chiming in heavily about the Sky. So they're definitely getting there's a big following, a lot bigger than I thought. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I think maybe we'll wrap up this Bulls show here. Maybe we just get some predictions here about what happens Wednesday night at the United Center. I mean, the Bulls 3-0 versus the Heat, but it's hard to beat a team that you've seen 3 times, a 4th time. I think that goes for almost any sport. What do you think happens tomorrow night at the U Center? I think the Bulls are a 1.5 point favorite, something like that. So 50-50 game basically from Vegas here.
Wait, where are they?
They're home.
Yeah, they're in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Maybe get a little Benny action and get a little, maybe get a little distraction there. Get the noodles out. Pound the bleachers. I don't know. What do you think, Cliff?
I think, going back to what you were saying about, hey, fire the coach, we were all, but the coach, Billy Donovan, is an excellent coach. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think if you notice that once they got rid of Zach LaVine, who popped out as a phenomenal player, Kobe White. So Kobe has been playing great. They've got, now if Giddey can play, because it says it's something with his forearm or wrist or something like that. I think that I would say it's probably, I think the Bulls by, I'd say Bulls by 6. Bulls by 6.
And I was feeling that. I actually felt like I was teetering a little bit more, round 6 or a little bit more. But then when he came out with the 1.5, I'm like, ooh, maybe there's something there that maybe it's the wrist that's throwing the odds off. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like that might be it. That might be it, guys. And then there's another.
Oh, yeah. Was it Dalen Terry?
Terry, yeah. I like Dalen, man. I think he's good.
Good shooter. Just a plug-and-play shooter guy.
Yep.
I'm still going with 6.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. It's very confident, man. I'm glad you led us. I'm glad you led us in the right direction, because I was on the fence.
I don't mind the 6-point shout out from Cliff. Yeah. I mean, it just feels like the Bulls, again, I said it's hard to beat a team 4 times, especially when you've already seen them 3 times. They might finally have a read on you, but I also feel like if you beat a team 3 out of 3 times, you might just have their number. Like, you might just know how to beat them. What's up, Tracks?
Is that also basketball, or like I know like legit football that's difficult?
Yeah, right? I mean, it's anything. I mean, once you've seen an opponent so many times, I mean, they'll get a read on you at some point. I mean, baseball's maybe a little different since it's pitchers that you're reading and not really a full team. Right. But football, basketball, even hockey, I think can be a little bit of that too, where it's just you're seeing a team so much, see what they do so often that, again, you've tried to counter it at some point, but sometimes you just can't because you're not as good. And I think maybe that's what the Heat are to the Bulls, and Bulls might just be a little bit better. I'll take the Bulls to win by like a couple possessions. It'll be close, but just
like you said, though, they've knocked us out 3 years straight in the play-ins.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it. Like I said, not 4. They're not going to be a 4th.
Yeah. So for the record, how long has the play-in actually been around? I know it's new, but it's not newer. It's been around for a little while.
It's been for a little while.
Yeah.
What, maybe 5 years, 6 years? I don't know.
It may have been 3 tonight. You'll see the Bulls in action at home against the Miami Heat, still trying to fight for that 8 seed to get a date in Cleveland with the Cavaliers in round 1. A tall task, but you got to beat Miami to get there. I mean, we've seen upsets before in sports. You never know what can happen. You just got to give yourself a shot, and that's what the Bulls have in store against a team they've had their number for all year, and see what they're able to do tomorrow night in Chicago. So for me, myself, Tracks, Unkle Cliff, calling it a night, and go Bulls.